Sydney Harbour. It's in Wentworth, Malcolm Turnbull's old electorate. Across there is North Head. It's in Warringah, Tony Abbott's old electorate. Conservative, moderate, with some sometimes stormy waters in between. The analogy is irresistible. Like Sydney Harbour, the Liberal Party's conservative and moderate headlands together form something greater than the sum of their two parts. Is the Liberal Party doomed?
No.
What's its future?
I think its future is bright. It's definitely a difficult time now, being out of government federally and being out of government in so many states and territories. Our state divisions are not where they should be around the country. We need to get them back to where they are, so they are effective party political fighting machine.
Are you done with politics?
You never say never.
Please welcome to the stage the man set to be the 31st Prime Minister of Australia.
Tonight, the Australian people have voted for change.
The lessons for the Liberal Party from this route are different.
I don't think we've ever seen an election like it in terms of the voter churn and the number of seats that are changing hands.
Much of the territory it's lost is blue ribbon country, now an entirely different hue.
The next member for Goldstein!
Higgins, Kooyong, Goldstein, Wentworth, North Sydney. I mean, these were the seats which were the bedrock of the Liberal Party that Robert Menzies built. And tonight, Scott Morrison has destroyed that. We have lost the bedrock of the Liberal Party.
Our climate has changed.
I think the teals are a structural challenge. They say that the Australian public never gets it wrong, and they elected the teals for a reason, because they didn't feel that the Liberal Party was representative of their values or who they were, and people in those communities did not see themselves in the representatives that the Liberal Party had. But they did see themselves in people like Allegra Spender.
I think what we can all see is the community movement, not only in Wentworth, but around the country.
And my question to the Liberal Party is really simple. Why did these women not join the Liberal Party? If they did, why did they leave? And the Liberal Party will know they've fixed the problem when the answer to this question is yes. If any of those women had stood for pre-selection in any of those seats, would have they got pre-selected?
Well, McKellar, all I can say is we did it!
If what we're doing isn't working, if our formula for election victory isn't getting us election victory, we will change. And the Liberal Party will work out eventually that you win elections from the centre-right or the centre-left. Anthony Albanese worked it out. He's a lefty. So if the Liberal Party thinks it can win from the right, it's going to be in opposition for a long time.
The Teal bandwagon welcomed 6 new MPs at the last election. All were women. All took Liberal seats. All sang the same duet, climate change and the women problem.
Well, I think they benefited from disillusioned votes of people who normally vote Liberal but couldn't bring themselves to vote Labor. So the Teals offered a good alternative. I mean, I live in a Teal seat now. I live in North Sydney.
John Howard tasted government and opposition in this place, Old Parliament House, Canberra. The older statesman believes the Liberal Party shouldn't overcomplicate the path back to power.
There's one thing I very strongly, publicly and privately counsel the coalition against is this idea that you've got to have a Teal-specific approach. If you have strong policies on the economy, on national security, on family issues, you'll win the public back. And you choose good quality candidates, and when you've chosen somebody, get behind them, whether they're a man or woman or dripping wet or bone dry or whatever. With too much of this behind-the-scenes bickering about who's been chosen.
There are those in the Liberal Party who say, really, to win back the Teal seats, you've got to implement the Teal agenda on climate change and other issues.
Well, you don't win anything back by embracing the other person's policy. The last thing the Liberal Party should try and do is be Labor-lite.
Next door to John Howard's old seat of Bennelong is Trent Zimmerman's former electorate, North Sydney, now coloured,
teal. Zimmerman thinks the times, they are a-changing.
One of the major propositions of a political party is that in a parliamentary system of government, it offers stability. One of the reasons that I think that the primary votes of both parties has declined to record low levels in recent years is because the Rudd years and then the challenges that we faced internally ourselves undermine completely that central value proposition that a party brings, that it can offer the type of stability which means that we don't end up as an Italian parliament. But the other factor at play is that I think that the attitude of Australians has shifted. Australians believe that they hire the Prime Minister of the day and should be able to fire them.
So far this century, we've had more changes of leader than the Italians have.
Well, I'll never forget shortly after Scott Morrison became Prime Minister, visiting the Holocaust Memorial in Jerusalem, Yad Vashem, and we had a 70-year-old Israeli guide. He said, how's your Prime Minister going? And he said, oh, he's only been there for 3 weeks. And this guide sitting in the middle of Israel's response was, well, isn't that a long time for an Australian Prime Minister?
There is something unique about our nation and about being Australian. And I commit myself and my future government to the service of all of the Australian people. Thank you.
As Liberal leader, Howard pulled together a broad party made up of two key factions, the wets and the dries, or the moderates and the conservatives.
Is the party too factionalised?
Factions, in my experience, of the Liberal Party have become preferment cooperatives.
And that alienates the broader membership.
Well,
You've written about how people in their local...
It alienates me. I mean, I'm a classic Liberal on a lot of things, but I'm also very conservative on other things. And what's wrong with that?
And you've written about how people who join local branches then see factions imposed...
Well, I get these stories, and I'm sure they're true because I get them a lot of branches debating whether they're going to let somebody join. I mean, years and years ago when I was, cutting my teeth on Liberal Party activity, the mantra was to go out and recruit people. And the idea of running a tape measure over their ideology before you allowed them in was ridiculous.
The Liberals have been out of favour across the country before, like when Kevin Rudd was Prime Minister. The coalition came back from that, so how to do it again?
Are you optimistic about the Liberal Party?
I'm very optimistic about the Liberal Party. We've got some work to do, particularly in terms of our divisions. We've got to get them into order. And then we've got to make sure that we fight on issues which aren't Labor-lite issues, but issues which are strong Liberal issues. And when you do, we can win. And I think we're seeing that actually with the Voice campaign at the moment.
Oh, don't start me on that.
When you aim high, sometimes you fall short. And tonight, we acknowledge, understand, and respect that we have.
In 2023, the Indigenous voice debate dominated. Peter Dutton's opposition was bold and risky.
I don't believe a body of 24 elites with a Canberra-based voice is going to make a difference for Indigenous people in regional and remote areas.
But he prevailed.
I think it ensures the fact that Peter Dutton will be the leader at the next election. I think that it'll be a big mistake if the Liberal Party thinks that that was a vote for them, because it clearly isn't. I fear that with the Liberal Party, it will encourage and embolden those people in groups like Advance Australia to think that their way is the right way, when in fact they've got to cobble together a coalition that has left and right and has to appeal to the Kooyongs as well as to the far-flung seats in the regions. So I think, in fact, it will be an extremely difficult time for the opposition, more so for the government, but extremely difficult for them to try and navigate what that actually means and understand that it's not a vote for them.
The next election isn't due till the first half of 2025.
You're the second woman to be the Deputy Federal Liberal Leader. Could you be the first to lead the Liberal Party?
I'm very happy being the Deputy. I'm delighted to support Peter Dutton, a fellow traveller from the class of 2001, who absolutely can become Prime Minister whenever the next election is held.
The party will be led by a woman sometime, won't it?
History and the future are completely beyond our control. I'm very happy with the present and everything that I'm doing in it.
There's a good book to be written about the Liberals' latest tumultuous stint in power. Paul Kelly, our preeminent political historian, is on the case.
The worst mistake the Liberal Party can make, under Peter Dutton as leader, facing Anthony Albanese as Prime Minister, and the Labor government's got a lot of problems, the worst mistake the Liberals can make is to think the natural cycle of politics will bring them back into office, and all they've got to do is wait for Albanese to get into a lot of problems and the pendulum will automatically swing back to them. Don't believe that will necessarily happen. So you don't simply sit on your hands and say, we'll wait for Labor to lose office. That would be their central mistake.
We are an amazing country of amazing people. God bless Australia.
Typically, for the most recent Liberal Prime Minister, it's a matter of faith.
And you have faith in the future of the Liberal Party?
Well, that is now a great task for the next generation and for Peter. I do, because what we're about really is about the individuals who are Australians themselves. I think this is the fundamental divide. We believe Australians can be amazing, and we just want to help them achieve that. And when they're amazing, the country's amazing. The Labor Party believes the government can be amazing. I think I'll go with the people.